Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2015 movie, The Peanuts Movie. So, in this movie, life always seems complicated for good old Charlie Brown, the boy who always tries his best against seemingly impossible odds when the little redhead girl moves into his neighborhood. Charlie Brown develops a crush on her, and meanwhile his best friend Snoopy, his dog, embarks on an epic adventure in a fantasy world as a World War I flying ace, the lovable Beagle, pursues his nemesis, the Red Baron, while also trying to win the heart of a beautiful poodle named Fifi. This movie is great. I absolutely love the Peanuts movie. It was one of the biggest surprises of 2015 for me. I was a lifelong Peanuts fan, and the animation just kind of threw me off in the trailer, so I wasn't sure what I was going to think about it. I wanted to see it in the theaters, but it came out right around the same time as The Force Awakens, so at the same time I didn't want to see it in theaters, because when The Force Awakens came out, that's all I wanted to go see whenever I did go to the movies and everything. I saw that movie like 4 or 5 times in the theater, and everything. I missed out on a lot of movies that were out at that time, including this one. Something that I have come to regret. I've missed passing up some of the movies that came out around that time, particularly this one, The Hateful Eight and Krampus. All 3 great movies and everything I should have seen instead of rewatching The Force Awakens a couple extra times in the theater, but I was really excited for that movie. But this movie is a lot of fun. The voice cast is great. Most of them are child actors that I don't really know who they are. The one that does the voice of Charlie Brown is Noah Schnapp from Stranger Things. He's probably the biggest child star out of them that I recognized. But he does a great job as Charlie Brown, and all of the voice actors do a really good job and everything. Especially Alex Garfin as Linus. He just embodied the role really well and did the voice very well and sounded like Linus as opposed to all the characters sound like they're supposed to, except Peppermint Patty just sounds a little tiny bit off. But aside from that, everybody's voices were great and everything, and I don't fault the kid who does the voice of Peppermint Patty. It ain't really her fault and everything. She did the best that she could and everything. I think she did try to bring the character to life pretty well and everything. It just, her voice just doesn't quite fully sound like Peppermint Patty, but you could tell she was trying. But they were all great in here, and the animation is absolutely gorgeous in this movie. I absolutely love it. I love how, even though it's computer animated, it still has that Peanuts look and feel to it, like it's just a modern day version of the Peanuts and everything, like the way they move and their facial expressions, everything. I think they used elements of 2D animation with the 3D. I don't know how they did it, but it's one of those movies where I look at it and I'm like, how did they put that together? Like one of those animated movies, like kind of like with Into the Spider-Verse and stuff. This one was kind of combining 2D and 3D animation in a new way. I think it could be all computer animation. I don't really know, but however they did it, it looks great, and I love it and everything. I love that they really stuck to the spirit of the Peanuts too and everything. It's kind of like a greatest hits compilation celebrating the Peanuts franchise and everything. There's so many references to the different holiday specials and everything. As a lifelong Peanuts fan, I just absolutely love this movie and love everything they did with it and everything. And it's actually one of my favorite Peanuts movies because of that. And everything. You'll see this kind of high on my ranking and everything, because it's just like a big love letter to Peanuts fans and to the stories in general and everything. It's made by Charles M. Schulz's kids. They all helped make this movie and everything, so they were very respectful with the movie and knew what they were doing, and just it's done very well. I wish that other properties that were based on big IPs like the Peanuts movie would take more inspiration from them. Like the movie Scoob could have been like this, where it could have been a traditional Scooby-Doo story and been a really, really great movie and everything. This feels like a traditional Peanuts story and everything. It borrows a lot of elements from other stuff, has references to other Peanuts stuff, but it's still a lot of fun. It didn't drag itself out with a bunch of pop culture references and stuff. There are a few pop songs in here and everything, but there were pop songs in the other Peanuts movies too, or modern day songs from when those movies came out, so that doesn't really fully bother me either, because yeah, maybe it makes it a little bit dated as time goes on and everything, but it don't really bother me. It's just part of the time that the movie came out in and everything. This movie doesn't feel outdated yet or anything, but I mean, in 30 years from now, you'll be able to tell that this movie came out in the 2010s. But it's a really good movie and a lot of fun and everything. Like I said, it's just a great time and everything. So I'd give the Peanuts movie a 8.5 out of 10. It's a really, really good time, really great animation, great characters, great story, and just a really good movie. And easily one of my favorite Blue Sky animation movies outside of the Ice Age franchise, although I don't think I could say it's my most favorite because of Horton Hears a Who. I like that one just a tiny bit more, but this movie is great and everything. So it was one of the movies that really showed Blue Sky's potential as an animation studio. They never got to get to the success that Disney, Pixar, and DreamWorks had, but I always rooted for Blue Sky because I loved Ice Age and wanted to see them do more movies, but unfortunately Disney shut them down when they could have just sold them off to a better company that would have been better for them. But this was a good one, and this was easily the biggest surprise I had from Blue Sky Studios. After this movie, I had wanted to see all their other ones. I've seen everything they've done except for Spies in Disguise. I've kind of been wanting to see it. I just hadn't got around to getting it, watching it yet. But yeah, this is a really good movie and definitely recommend it. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of the Peanuts movie, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.